Hello, come on in and make Heath Bar Cookies with me. One day last week, I think it was, I was visiting at Mississippi Center for Emergency Services, which is the career I retired from last year. And one of my previous coworkers said, I don't even remember what we were talking about, but anyway, in that conversation, she said, I love Heath Bar Cookies. Well, anytime there's talk of food going on, my wheels are spinning, and I started thinking, oh, my brown butter chocolate chip cookie recipe would be great if I put all brown sugar and Heath bars in it instead of chocolate chips. So that's what we're about to do today. I haven't met a candy bar that I didn't like, honestly. But if I had to pick a top 2 or 3, Heath Bar or a Score bar would be in my top 2 or 3. I have 2 sticks of unsalted butter that I am putting in my saucepan, and you need a saucepan that has a light color bottom. You don't want a dark bottom because you've got to watch for browning when you do brown butter. That's what I'm going to show you. Now, let me also say this. To make these cookies, if you don't want to fool with browning butter, just soften your butter and carry on with the rest of the recipe. Oh, but please try browning your butter first. It is delicious. It changes the flavor a little bit, and it just adds a little something special if you've got time to do this. So I've got a spatula, because you do want to be able to scrape the bottom of your skillet. Okay, 350. That's going to get hot while we are getting this butter melted and browned. And I'm not going to be able to tell you how long it takes to do this because it's going to depend on your pan and your stove, how high you've got the fire up. So there are some things that we're going to watch for though, and I will show you that. As this butter melts and gets hot, it's going to get frothy. And then you're gonna start smelling, I don't even know how to describe it. It just starts smelling good. And then what we're watching for as we're scraping the bottom, you'll start getting these brown flecks in there. That's when you wanna take it off the stove. I've got a bowl standing by, and once that butter browns, I'm gonna pour it from this into this bowl, because if you leave it in this, it's gonna burn. If you've never done this, I just want you to be able to see. It just starts getting really fragrant, so start watching for that. There you go. Did you see that view? See those brown bits in there? I gotta move quick and get that butter out of here. All those yummy brown bits, I wanna get all of that out of my skillet. This is why you transfer, because it'll sit on the bottom and burn if you don't dump it into something else. Now I'm gonna let that cool. I'm actually, because I'm in a hurry, because I've got somewhere to go, I'm gonna stick this in my fridge to hurry up that process. Okay, while that butter's cooling, I need to get our Heath Bar ready. So what I'm doing with this Heath Bar, have you ever seen the Heath Bar that's already chopped up in the bag at the grocery store? If you're needing a shortcut, do that. But I would rather actually cut up a candy bar myself so that I have bigger chunks. If you've ever used that Heath Bar in a bag, it's tiny little pieces of toffee, and it's good and it works in a pinch. This is the way I'm chopping. Wherever I see big pieces, I just go in with my large knife and I hold it at the top like this and just rough go through there. That is 7 regular size Heath Bars. That gave me real close to 2 cups. Now let's get our dry ingredients together. I need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm going to mix all my dry ingredients in this bowl so that I can spoon it into my mixer a little bit easier. 3 cups. Do you ever get so distracted when you're counting cups of flour? What I do, if I measure my flour, I usually make, if there's someone here and they're talking to me randomly, I'll make 3 different piles in my bowl so that I can count my piles. I mean, you may not have that trouble. I do, but just like I'm talking to you, I'm like, okay, how many did I just put in there? But I see my 3 little piles, so I know I'm good. Into that flour, I'm putting 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt. I didn't get my sifter out. I'm just gonna use my little whisk and whisk all those ingredients together. Nothing fancy, just stir them in. Oh, can y'all see down in this drawer? I love a kitchen utensil, so I'm terrible about adding to, and I need to go through this drawer and clean it out. My butter has cooled. I almost got it too brown trying to record and show you at the same time, but I tasted it and it doesn't taste burned. So we're good. We're gonna roll with it. All right, into my KitchenAid, and you do not have to have a KitchenAid to do this. Use your mixer or by hand. I'm just going the easier route today. You scrape all of the brown bits into your mixer. That's where your flavor's at, and you don't want to leave any of that behind. I'm gonna give that a good mix. I mixed that butter for about 3 minutes and got it nice and fluffy. And y'all, if you've never tasted brown butter, stick something in there and get you a taste of that so you can see the flavor difference it's gonna make in your cookies. Now we need 1.5 cups of packed brown sugar. Make sure and pack your cup good. This is light brown sugar, forgot to tell you that. One, let's get a half more. I'm gonna mix that for a couple minutes. I'm gonna pour in 2 eggs and into that mixture 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Gradually add a spoonful of flour, a little bit at a time until I get it all mixed in. Now in goes our 2 cups of Heath Bar. Okay, let's give it one final mix and make sure that we've got Heath Bar all the way down in the bottom. Normally I like to chill my cookie dough for at least 30 minutes to an hour or more, but I do not have the extra time today. So I'm gonna go straight on to my cookie sheet. Get a piece of parchment paper. This is one of those little silicone mats that I grabbed at Amazon, and I can link it in there if you like it. It's great. You just throw it on there and it does really, really well. I just have a large tablespoon. I'm gonna get me a spoonful, spoon it out on my cookie sheet. I don't care if they're perfectly round or not. I'm gonna put these for probably 10 or 11 minutes, so at 350. There's the first batch. Don't they look delicious? Can you see? I'm gonna let them cool for just a little bit more and we're gonna taste one. Okay, I can't wait any longer. These are still hot. I'm gonna get closer so you can see. Oh my, I need to go fix a glass of milk. They're still soft in the middle. And whoop. Y'all, that I can't even tell you how good that cookie is. Y'all just pardon me as I close my eyes and enjoy this bite of cookie. Y'all go make you some Heath Bar cookies and let me know what you think. I love it when you tell me. And y'all, my prayer for you today is that you spend some time in His Word and in His presence so that you can reflect His glory everywhere that we go and with whomever you encounter throughout your day and your week. And many blessings to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you guys next recipe.